Hello everybody, I hope you're all well. So this week I'm doing some more watercolour cards, this time kind of wintry Yule cards. I did the background just in natural inks. I did it a while ago actually, and then I kind of didn't have time to do anything else with it. I did record a video of me sketching some autumn trees outside last week, but unfortunately the video didn't record very well, so I ended up having to scrap it. So I'm sorry I didn't post last week. So here we are this time. And I'm just going to sketch out some scenes, just some little really simple tree and a cat scene, and then add some snow. So I'm literally just using my black watercolour, which is made from chimney soot and mixed with a watercolour binder to make it a watercolour paint, and then a white paint, which is white gesso, natural gesso from a company called Natural Earth Paint, because the white paint that I have, my natural limestone paint, is kind of a creamy colour, and it's not quite bright enough for use over these dark paints. So it probably would work okay actually, but I like the Eco Gesso as a paint. It works quite well when I want a really bright white. So I'm just sketching out a tree. I've just marked out some land there. I'm just sketching out a tree. I'm trying to make sure that each little sketch takes no more than about 15 minutes to do, because once it's done I'm going to be tearing these up into 6 little paintings to use as cards. So what I'll do is I've marked out 6 spaces on this piece of paper, and I'm just going to do an individual little scene in each one, and then once I finish them and they're all dry, I'll tear them into their little 6 individual pieces and stick them onto some cards, and they'll be beautiful individual little watercolour cards. So have a go along if you would like, and it's great to do these just as practice, as warm-up sketches if you were going to do another painting, or to use as cards. So I'll let you enjoy and give it a go if you would like to, and let me know how you get on. So we're about finished on this one. I'm just going to go in and add some more highlights with the snow, and then I'm going to go back to the black paint and just darken up some of the tree and the cat. I thought I'd add that misty kind of sun effect, because sometimes on a cloudy day you can still see the sun through the cloud, and it's white but not like bright, and I thought that might look quite nice, even though it's meant to be snowing, because sometimes you see that when the cloud thins. So we're just darkening up the cat just to fill him in where some of the white paint might have gone on him. Put his tail back, and I'm going to probably go over some of the blades of grass a bit later when the paint has dried as well. Let's do a few more now. And then later on, once it's all dried out a little bit more, I'll go back and do some touch-ups where I want it. But for now, I think we're about done with this one. I'm just adding some dark areas there where the tree is. Under 12 minutes, which is great. So I've started the next one, and I thought I'd start with a bigger cat this time. I'm going to give him some rocks to be sitting near or on top of. So I'm just painting in some of the shadowy bits, the dark bits of the rocks, and then the light will be the snow when it falls on them. And I'm going to give him a nice big tree to be sitting under. He's sitting under a branch of a nice big tree. So because he's quite a big cat, it means that he's closer to us, and the tree is a big tree, but we're only seeing a small part of it, so it looks like the tree is kind of smaller than the cat, but it isn't. It's just perspective. And the cat's also sitting a bit closer to us. And you can just see one branch of the tree, and the cat's also quite high up because he's sat on some rocks. So I'm going to add in some big branches of this tree. Again, starting off with the black, and then we'll go back into the white. I'm using a kind of a medium-sized brush to start off with, and then when I go into the detail, the smaller branches, I'll go to a finer brush. And then back to a larger brush when I want to add all the splashes for the snow. But I quite like with this paper, this is some recycled watercolour paper that I found in the studio, because in the studio we have like a communal area where everybody just puts stuff that they don't want anymore, which is great because it means that stuff gets used by other people and it saves you having to buy new sometimes. Sometimes there's just the thing that you're looking for in there, and some of the things are to borrow and some of the things are to use, but we all kind of make use of it because we're all putting stuff that we don't want anymore in there as well. So, and this paper was great. I've used it for quite a lot of cards, and it's actually really great to paint on because you can see where I've painted the black cat, it's already given him some light and shade just because of the texture of the paper, and just that was all just done with the one brush full of paint. And then I can go back in later and darken up areas that I want to darken. So it's really good when you can use the paper like that to get shades and contour. It just really helps, especially when you're trying to work quickly. So we're nearly finished. I'm just going to start adding the white, adding the snow. Now, you know how sometimes when you see trees and the snow is kind of blown all on the bark on the trunk as well. So I'm going to add some snow all down the trunk just to give that kind of effect. And then add some snow over the tops of the rocks as well. And maybe a little bit on the cat. And then we'll be done. So thank you for watching. And I've only had time to just do the 2 little pictures this week because I have to go out somewhere. So we have 4 more to do. So I'll put that as part 2 and we'll try and get all 4 of those done quickly next week. If I can get 4 done in 20 minutes, which I'm not sure, but we'll give it a go. Maybe we'll just get 2 more done. I don't know, because these ones are taking me a little bit longer. But I'm still getting them done. Still 2 in 20 minutes is still pretty good, I think. Once they're dry, I might touch them up a little bit more when we come back to them next week. But otherwise, I think they're good to go. So enjoy for the last minute or so. And if you do find me on Instagram and have a go yourself, do tag me. So I'd love to see your pictures. Otherwise, take care and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.